Tupelo is fixing up 2 bridges, and they aren't even having to shut down the roads to do it. It's part of a new bridge maintenance program. City Council approved it, an almost $163,000 contract to repair bridges on Colonial Estates Road and Rankin Boulevard. Public Works Director Kelly Knight says erosion rusted out the pylons. The work will be done under the bridges, so there'll be no closures. Work should take about 45 days on both bridges when they're done, and it could add 15 years to the bridge's life. So be honest, nobody really likes filling out a survey, and this one really doesn't look too appealing. But what if I told you that this one really does matter, and it could affect you the next time a disaster hits? It really could. The Alcorn County Emergency Management Agency is updating its hazard mitigation plan, and they aren't the only ones. Here's a look at the flyer. Don't worry, we're going to show this again. It's also posted on our Facebook page. EMA Director Evan Gibbons in Alcorn County says the plan identifies the hazards that threaten communities. Think tornadoes, flooding, severe storms, drought, winter weather. I mean, who could forget the January ice storm that just keeps giving? It also lays out what can be done to reduce the impact before a disaster hits, and also helps communities and counties stay eligible for state and federal disaster grants, which is money the county could miss out on without this. MEMA wants to hear from anyone in Alcorn, Benton, Itawamba, Lafayette, Lee, Marshall, Pontotoc, Prentiss, Tippah, Tishomingo, and Union counties. Here is that flyer once again. It's also on our Facebook page and Alcorn County Emergency Management's Facebook page. It's your county. It's your voice. Scan the QR code there on your screen and fill this out by August 30th.
Do you recognize that?
I do. I was telling my mother a while ago in the nursing home about it, and I showed her a picture of it, and I couldn't believe it. 50 years ago.
Almost to the day.
God, they got my matches in there, like I needed matches.
Story of the day, you guys. 65-year-old Eddie Riley lost his wallet 50 years ago. He played basketball for Nettleton Junior High in the 70s. He was playing a game at Guntown when his wallet went missing, and he figured he'd just never see it again. Well, he got it back on Monday. Crews doing construction on the Guntown Middle School gym found it, tearing down some old cinder block partitions in the boys' bathroom. Lee County School District Superintendent Cook McGee was able to give Mr. Riley his wallet back on Monday. There was a few dollars missing, but other than that, it was still intact. The basketball schedule, a lunchroom ticket to Nettleton, and pictures of his old friends, all still in there. Mr. Riley says he'll eventually pass this wallet down to his family, along with the incredible story that goes along with it. You can also check out this video on our Facebook page as well. Best story of the day. Everybody is talking about school as the teachers and the kids, at least most of them, go back to class this week. And this safety reminder goes out to drivers. Please use caution on the roads, especially around the school buses. Remember, the yellow lights mean the bus is gonna stop. So slow down and be ready. But watch out for the red lights and that extended arm. That means the bus is stopped and the kids are getting on or off the school bus. So you better stop and don't you dare go around that school bus. Also, put down your phone and pay attention. And speaking of school, back to school vaccinations. A new report from the State Department of Health shows immunizations in Mississippi for the MMR vaccine remains far above the national average, and that is really good news as we start the school year. The MMR vaccine covers measles, mumps, and rubella. Meantime, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports the number of measles cases nationwide has now hit a 35-year high. The CDC has confirmed more than 2,000 cases. There were a lot of them out in Texas. Thankfully, Mississippi has no confirmed cases at this time. And we are not done talking about school just yet. Remember, we told you a couple weeks ago that the state changed the attendance policy this year. Well, here's a breakdown if you were confused, because, well, I sure was. A new law passed by the legislature limits the number of absences to 5 per semester. 3 of those 5 can be excused with a note from your parents. The remaining absences can either be medical or administrative. A doctor's note is required after that third attendance. The new law also changes the minimum time a student must be present during the school day. Students have to attend class for 2/3 or about 66% of the day for that day to count. Hopefully that clears things up. If not, it's clear as mud. So check your fridge. This time, we're not talking lettuce. There is an egg recall. The FDA is worried about possible salmonella poisoning. Midwest Poultry Services is voluntarily recalling more than 1.6 million cartons of white shell eggs and brown cage-free eggs. Also, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico are on this list. Mississippi as well. Yes, we are included. Health officials report no deaths, but nearly 100 illnesses were confirmed, with more than 24 people hospitalized. The eggs were sold at Kroger in Texas and Louisiana, at Brookshire stores in Arkansas and in Mississippi. Keeping your cost down. TVA is signing on to the President's Ratepayer Protection Pledge. It's a promise to keep customer bills stable even as data centers drive up power usage. TVA says the cost of those data centers will not be passed on to customers. Experts say data center power demand could double in the next 5 years. TVA serves about 10 million customers across 7 states, including Mississippi. Meanwhile, Amazon says it's continuing with its plan to expand its data center operations in Mississippi. The company already announced a $3 billion next-generation artificial intelligence computing center in Warren County. Officials say the plans are still on for the data mega site near Clinton. It was initially a $10 billion investment, but that has been upgraded with another $11 billion. The facility will mean 700 new jobs. Keks, ja? That's yes cookie in German. I figure we need to brush up on our German since Germany's largest cookie manufacturer is investing in a new plant in Mississippi. The company Grieson de Boykalar. Sorry guys, I tried. It is a 100-year-old German cookie maker, and they announced plans to invest $70 million in a new facility that'll add 40 jobs in Madison County. The company exports snacks to more than 40 countries and employs more than 2,000 people worldwide. Danke. Thank you so much for joining us here on Mississippi Live. I'm Emily.